I have San Diego State winning this game. I have San Diego State being the March Madness tournament winners for the 2021 March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State, they showed they can, hang with the top guys. And
Welcome to FN Studios. Here with Kody, Kevin, and Greg, this is the Dropout Sports.
Hey guys, welcome in. Today we have a really fun episode for all three of us. We're going to be talking about March Madness. But before we get started, please download the TWSN app and follow us on all social medias. That means Twitter, Instagram, and even YouTube. So please go subscribe there. But today we're going to get into our brackets, talk about our Cinderella of the tournament, talk about our Final Four, and talk about our winner. And just break it down. It's going to be really fun. But I believe the guys wanted me to go first because
yes, sir, we did.
Me talking about how crazy my bracket is. So this should be interesting. It is a little crazy. I kind of just got to the championship. I was like, oh, okay, I'm here. I didn't know. I got put in a weird spot. But I guess I'll start off with my Cinderella. So I originally thought, like a lot of people, was going to be Ohio University. I'm a big fan of their team. They are very talented. We interviewed Dwight Wilson, who's one of their best players, so hopefully he breaks out. But I actually have them going down to Oklahoma when they meet. And then I have my farthest of the higher seeds is St. Bonaventure, a 9 seed, and I have them making it to the Elite Eight. I have St. Bonaventure making it to the Elite Eight and finally be taken down by BYU. I have BYU making it all the way there. I have in my Final Four, I'll just name off the teams coming from the West region. I have Iowa with Luka Garza making it all the way to the Final Four. I have in the East, I already said BYU makes it to the Final Four for me. In the South, I have the Ohio State Buckeyes. So there might be a little bias, but I think they're going to really take over the South. I really do, and I think they're going to be playing hot. They're a very, very dangerous team when they're hot. And in the Midwest, I have San Diego State making it to the Final Four. I think they're a very underrated team, and I think they're going to come and make some real noise in the tournament. And before you guys say, I mean, it does sound crazy. I have 2 2s and 2 6s, right? 2 6 seeds, two seeds. I think it's going to be the tournament is never 1 seed, 2 seed, like a 1 seed and a 4 seed. It's never that. It never is that. So I feel like this, okay, Iowa and Ohio State are 2 really good teams. And then I think BYU and San Diego State are 2 teams people just sleep on. Like I saw a lot of those 2 teams and I'm ready to see them play. So we'll go to my championship game. Iowa versus BYU. I think that's a really hard fought game, and I think it comes down to the wire. But I have Iowa making it to the championship. Okay, Iowa has been one of the best teams all year. They have the best player in college basketball, in my opinion, on their team, Luka Garza, and so I have them making it. And on the other side, I have Ohio State versus San Diego State, and Ohio State really does. What's the word? They're very good. They're very talented. They're very deep. They use their bench very well. But I don't think they're going to get past San Diego State. I think they're the team. San Diego State's the team that's going to ride the wave. And I think San Diego State's going to win that game against Ohio State, and they're going to make it in the championship. So right now we got Iowa versus San Diego State, a 2 and a 6 seed. It's going to be a very good game. Everybody's going to be on San Diego State's side, I feel like this. And I have San Diego State winning this game. And I have San Diego State being the March Madness tournament winners for the 2021 March Madness. And I have the final score being 87-81.
So I thought you said something about Ohio against Oklahoma. You have Gonzaga losing in the round of 32.
Yeah, I have Gonzaga losing to Oklahoma.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I do. Wow. I do. I think they're very overrated. Okay. I know they're very good. I know that they're like top of the line. But, the tournament needs an upset, and Oklahoma is an underrated team. So
you've got a few of them in there.
I've got a few. I think Wichita State's going to beat USC. I think Wichita State will win that play-in game. And, yeah.
Hold on. Look at this. I just saw on the bottom left, you've got Iona beating Alabama round 1.
Yeah, that's a Cinderella if I've ever seen one.
Alabama is very prone to be upset in this game. In this tournament. I think Iona is the team that like everybody's gonna be watching this game because they're gonna be up by like 10 with like 2 minutes left, and Alabama's gonna scratch back, and then Iona's gonna end up winning.
Any other year, Alabama's a 1 seed. It's just that the top 4 teams were so strong this year.
Well, that's special to me.
Well, yeah, wow. But LSU was on fire offensively too, and that's just what LSU is. That's what surprised. I'm surprised you don't have them winning round 1 too. Yeah, I mean, if they catch fire, it's hard to stop LSU.
Yeah, I'll just say this on your Final Four. With the way it's stacked now, Iowa and Ohio State, I agree with, and I do agree you should have maybe one of those lower seeds to get in. But BYU,
yep,
their leading scorer is scoring 15 a game, and their best big man is Harms. Do you remember him from his Purdue days?
Yep.
Do you remember Harms from his Purdue days? He was not that good. I love the guy. He's got a likable face, but
I'm digging the BYU days, baby. I'm digging it. I'm ready for it.
Oh my God. And then San Diego State. Look, they had a really great regular season. I think it was like 22-4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But man, that Midwest tier is tough. They'd have to go through a number 1 seed.
They are on fire right now, Kevin, and they are not going to slow up.
Oh.
They're winning March Madness.
You're telling me they're going through Clemson, they're West Virginia, Clemson, and Illinois,
and Syracuse. Your favorite team.
I'm not going to say too much about that, but that's a lot, dude. That is a lot. I'm calling a little bit flack for that, but I like how bold this is.
There's no fun in March Madness if you're not bold, but
yeah. Mine's a whole lot more boring than that one was.
Every top seed wins, folks.
Every single one. No, but here we go. So you'll see a pattern when we look at my bracket. I like the Big Ten. I like the Big Ten a whole lot. The Big Ten, every single team in the Big Ten was battle tested. Like, I mean, how many teams are in the tournament from the Big Ten? Is it 7, 8? I don't know. 9? Yeah, it's insane. I mean, the Big Ten is phenomenal this year. They're great. And the top teams, they've got 4 teams in the top 8, first time that's ever been done.
Uh-huh.
So I've got a bunch of Big Ten teams going real far. All right, so my Cinderella teams, I'll start off with that. You look down the bottom right, I've got a Sweet 16 matchup of Syracuse and Rutgers.
Oh my gosh.
I like that. So I've got San Diego State, Kody, your champion, losing in the first round. Losing in the first round to Syracuse. I don't know. They're just kind of underwhelming to me. I know they have a great record and everything, but who did they play?
Who did Syracuse play?
ACC teams.
Yeah.
ACC was down this year. I get it, but it's still the ACC. They're
7 teams in the tournament.
Night in and night out than San Diego State is. I'll talk. And my Final Four, I got Gonzaga, Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois. Got 3 Big Ten teams. I love the Big Ten, like I said. And I've even got Purdue over Baylor, which actually, Kody, I saw you had that too. Michigan's great. Ohio State's great. Illinois is great. Gonzaga's great. And I don't get your hate for Gonzaga. I don't know why people are saying they're overrated. Yeah, they play in a weaker conference, but they played this upper level competition at the beginning of the year. They beat Kansas, they beat Auburn, they beat West Virginia, they beat Iowa, they beat Virginia. All of these teams they beat early in the year. Gonzaga is just a great basketball team, and there's no way around it.
Oh, they're great. I 100% think they're great. Yeah. Just not good enough to beat Oklahoma in March Madness.
And Austin Reeves and who else? That Gonzaga has so many. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's hard not to pick Gonzaga for me, and I get it's like that for everyone this year. But there's a reason. There's a reason it's like that. This is a great basketball team. It just came out today. They've got 3 players. 1 made the first team All-American team, and 2 made second team All-American. They're a very good basketball team. And the thing is, with a lot of these teams, yeah, anyone could beat Gonzaga when it comes down to it with one game, with only one game. But Gonzaga is bringing it every single night. There's some teams that have off games. Ohio State has off games. Michigan, all these other top teams, they have off games. Gonzaga hasn't had that yet. they're strong every single night. Every single night they go out on the court. They're very strong, and I haven't seen a weakness from them yet.
Okay. My problem is 1-1-1-2 is your Final Four.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, and it won't happen.
And 1-1-1-1 happened in 2008. It has been a while since then.
2008, the last time it probably
He's got a 2 seed. He's got a 2 seed.
1987.
Got a 2 seed. Listen, I just can't go against this Big Ten. I can't go against the Big Ten. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. The Big Ten, they're playing great teams every single night. Every single night they're going out there battle tested. At Ohio State's tournament, they went in overtime twice. They had 2, 3. They had like 2 other close games that, came down to the wire. The whole conference is great, and I'm just going to take the top teams out of those. Because Michigan is the best team out of that conference. Illinois, is the best team out of that conference. Then you got Michigan, who's not far behind, and Ohio State, who battles with them every single game they play. I don't know. It's hard for me to see these teams losing, and I know something crazy is going to happen. It's March Madness. We get that every year, but I just always decide to go to the safe route because it's harder to choose that one Cinderella team than it is to, than it is to just like pick a bracket like this. And yeah, that's boring, I know, but I don't know.
And I will say, I think 5 or 6 out of your Elite 8 teams are Big Ten. Like you also have Purdue in there. And is Rutgers Big Ten or the ACC?
They're Big Ten. That's why I got Rutgers there.
Yeah. Like that. Okay. I will admit the Big Ten is amazing in their own right, but I don't think they're not 6 out of the top 8 teams great. That's a little overkill, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that for sure. I just filled this out on a gut feeling, and this is just how I feel.
When I have my hat on the forward way, that means that you're usually capping. When I have it on the backwards way, it means that you're completely capping with this boring bracket. It's awful. It makes me want to throw up.
Listen, man, we will come back. We will come back to this after the tournament, and we'll remind everyone what our brackets looked like, and we'll show them whose was better. All right.
It hurts my brain because everything is so predictable. Everything. It's like you're the announcer before the game saying like, "Oh, this team's favored to win," and that's just who you chose to win the game.
I will go with Kody a little bit.
I've got Rutgers. I've got Syracuse. I've got OU winning round 1. I've got
That's 3.
But like everybody's like
Michigan State.
Like, oh, you could easily like a lot of people are picking OU to beat Virginia. A lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that as common as you're thinking. Just because that one guy is a COVID case, I don't think that makes Virginia really that much weaker. I still think Virginia's going into this game as the favorite team.
All right.
So I think I've got the middle ground between us two. We both have where is it? San Diego State losing first round, and for me, it's Syracuse bias.
And I will also say that we have another one of his Final Four teams, both of us losing first round, BYU. Both of us have BYU losing first round.
I think I'm really interested in doing this, so I'll just go through the regions. In the West, again, Ohio, Dwight Wilson, Ben Vanderplas, and Jason Preston is going to he's going to run rampant on Virginia, going to run rampant on Santa Barbara. That Ohio team is it's too nasty with it. And then I love this USC team. You know why? Great teams are built on big men. Evan and Isaiah Mobley. Evan Mobley is one of the top players nobody's talking about. He's going to get this USC team he's going to get them to the Elite 8 easily, and it's going to be a really close game between them and Gonzaga. And with Gonzaga, look, as I just said, great teams are built on big men. Timmy and Crispert, first All-American first team and second team. Match with that Jalen Suggs, you've got a team there. Mark Few's built a dynasty there, and I think this is their year. Then to go on to the East, I think this is one of the most easy ones to pick, but I have UCLA winning, and I have them going to the Elite 8. I've always been scared to pick these play-in teams, but UCLA, they have something brewing there. I love Tiger Campbell. I put out a tweet about that earlier. I love him as a facilitator, and they had a down year in the regular season this year. But But with the path that they have, I'm not high on BYU at all. I'm not high on Texas at all. And as you see, Kody, I've got Iona beating Alabama.
Woo!
I know you gotta have a 15 beating it too, and it's always Iona. So I think they have an easier schedule to get to the Elite Eight, but then with Michigan, come on, Hunter Dickinson, star. I think he's a star. Isaiah Livers, bordering on star. John Smith, Franz Wagner. I'll get to that later, but those are all very good pieces.
They are very good.
You go to the Midwest. I'm sorry, Kody. I have to pick Syracuse. They're an on and off shooting team with Buddy Boeheim and Joe Girard, but I think they're going to be on for that first game and then not press Virginia. This is a new West Virginia. West Virginia is going to come in. They're going to storm to the Elite Eight. And then you've got Illinois. I think Illinois is the best team in the nation, easily. You see that when them going to the Final Four right there. And then you see with the South squad, I do like Utah State. They have shooting, they have size. I really like them. But I think it's going to play out. I think it's going to play out very generically. Ohio State versus Baylor, and Ohio State, we've seen them play before. They have so many weapons. Walker, Washington, our boy Zed Key, shout out. Woo! And you can't forget about EJ Liddell. Now you get to the Final Four. Same exact thing as Greg. And I have Illinois beating Ohio State. Look, Curbello's been on a roll. I think he's going to be the X factor for this team.
One thing I do have to say, I'm going to cut you off real quick, Kev, about the Illinois-Ohio State thing is Ohio State doesn't lose to the same team twice, especially when it ends in a way like that in the championship. They did beat Illinois the first time they played them, and then Illinois beat them the second time in regular season, and Illinois beat them again in the Big Ten championship. And I do not see Ohio State allowing Illinois to beat them for a third time in the season. It will not happen. I guarantee it.
Anyway, so that's my justification for Illinois. You can say differently. And then Gonzaga and Michigan, as I will say, Franz Wagner is the X factor for this Michigan team. When he is not doing well, they're in close or losing games. When he is shooting shots and he's hitting shots and he's doing well, they win games. I don't think Franz Wagner can be very good against this Gonzaga team. Again, you have Dickinson, but you don't really have another dominating big man like Gonzaga does in Tilly. And then in this championship game, Illinois-Gonzaga, as much as I love the hell out of Gonzaga, Illinois is built different. This team has been, I'm not going to say it's all New York, but there's this our year type of just momentum, type of mood that's in this Illinois program that I don't think Mark Few and his squad can do. As much as Mark Few has been building this up for years and years, Illinois has built something special, especially in this year of the Big Ten. So AO goes for 35 and Illinois wins it all in a score of 0-0. Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with that. I mean, I got Gonzaga in the championship too. I mean, but you know, at that point, I got them winning. At that point, though, anything happens. Anything can happen. You got two of the top teams in college basketball. You know, anything can happen there. The one thing I got a question about. You said you have UCLA. That's
yes.
Okay. That's your Elite Eight team. So the only thing for me is I've got Michigan State beating UCLA in the first four. Because, you know, obviously my Big Ten bias, but
yeah,
let me just go off this is their end of the season right here. So they beat Illinois, they beat Ohio State, they beat Indiana, they beat Michigan. They beat two of the 1 seeds and one of the 2 seeds who two of us, actually do all 3 of us have them in the Final Four? Yeah, I mean, Michigan State, they showed they can, you know, hang with the top guys. And Tom Izzo, you've got a great coach too. You know, one of the best, maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say ever because I don't know for sure, but possibly. But I don't know.
Hey, you know, in that case, I have Michigan State going to the Elite Eight. It goes either way.
There you go. You can say either way.
I'm golden. Nah.
You guys are gonna hate that. I just hate how boring it is.
All right, so we got 2 boring people in me and Greg, and then Kody is apparently jumping off a limb. That's what we got.
See, I want to know. You're telling me all these, like, you know, there's not that much time that many times when, you know, there's a boring bracket like this Final Four. I want to know the last time a 1 seed didn't make it out of any of the sides.
That I don't know. But
Yeah.
I will tweet it. I will tweet it and I will tag you. Because it says less than a minute, and we are really bad at this because we've done this the past 2 episodes. But I gotta say goodbye real quick. TWSN app, please download it. Please download it. Please download it. Go to Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Like every video, subscribe, follow, do all of that, and help us out, help us grow. I appreciate it, and hope you had a fun time listening to some guys talk about sports. This is a Dropout Sports podcast. Have a good day.